The amazing. Check them out. Hello, welcome to this live edition of Bollocks with me, Ricky Gervais. Where are you watching from? I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Rick, you look amazing, right? Is that where you played the song? No, that's just a coincidence. I didn't know you were going to say that. You're like, oh God, you look brilliant. Have you had facial surgery and you've been working out? No, just had a bath. You look great, Rick. Thanks. You look like a rock star or a film star or something. Whatever, innit? You had your teeth done. Yeah. But I had them darkened, which I thought go against the flow a bit, innit? Funny fashion. Fashion is often linked to sort of wealth and showing off, like you're a good catch. People did used to, I think in the 17th century, poor people used to blacken their teeth out so it looked like they could afford sugar. Interesting. Also, a tan wasn't cool because it meant you worked outside. It meant you were a labourer. Whereas rich people, they didn't have to go outside and so they always looked pale and rich until the 60s and 70s when working class people could go abroad. Then a tan was cool again because they could afford a holiday in Spain. So just some of the amazing just facts off the top of my head. I don't have my eyes going on because I just had a bath. I'm squinting a bit. I should have glasses, shouldn't I? I should wear glasses. My eyesight just feels perfect until we're watching some sort of foreign drama and the subtitles aren't big enough and Jane can read them quickly. Why am I telling you? You're not an optician. Well, you might be. So, Lindsay, how's the tour going? Saw you in Glasgow in January and loved it. Thank you. Tour's going great. Might be my favourite tour. All perfect. Did more warm-ups than ever before. I think I did about 60 warm-ups. So it was pretty good from the beginning and it's got better. You'll be the judge of that. It's going down the storm. Obviously, when it goes on Netflix and someone who wasn't there sees a clip out of context, will slag it off. But the people who are paying are loving it, and that's all I care about. Netflix came to see it, and they're paying, and they loved it. So, my comedy is for people who love it and like to pay for it. So, I can't lose. Daniel, any new TV or film recommendations? Not film. I've so rarely watched. I haven't been to the cinema for 15 years, I don't think. I try and watch a film on the plane to America, but they're all shite. I watched a good film on the plane for the first time in years. Again, you'll be the judge of that, but I don't know if it's Altitude and the Free Champagne, but I watched a horror film. And I love a good horror film, but there are so few. There's been a dozen great horror films, I think, in my lifetime. And I watched a film called Smile, and it was really good. It made me jump a few times, and it was strange, but it was the psychology of this madness, or was it madness? Was that actually happening? But it was good. It was fast and it was done well and sort of creepy. And yeah, Smile. TV recommendations. I've watched so many amazing things in the last few years. But if you've already taken on my recommendations, if you've watched Gomorrah, 4 Blocks, Borgen, Sabura, Snabbercash, if you watched those, recent ones, really good ones I've watched in the last couple of months. Thin Blue Line, Swedish. I think it's Tuna Blar Linjen. Oh God, I'm sorry if you're Swedish. Tuna, Tunna, BLA with a little thing over it. And Linian with a little J. It's Thin Blue Line, all right? Always watch it in the original language. Never watch it dubbed. All these recommendations are foreign dramas. Thin Blue Line was great. Really good. Sort of quite claustrophobic and filmed sort of naturally. Really, you don't see the plots come in. It's just in the lives of these policemen and women and what they go through. And it's a real good social commentary about social media as well, where people have got their eyes on the police, but they don't know what's going on, and they fall for conspiracy theories. It's great. And the acting is fantastic, and the relationships are brilliant. It's really complex as well, like a real social document. And I watched the one of The Nurse, which is based on a true story. Again, Danish, I think. That's nearly a horror film, but it was about people dying in a hospital. Yeah, that's my one movie, Smile, and 2 TV recommendations: Thin Blue Line and The Nurse. Meg, will you ever do Derek again? It's such a beautiful story. Love Him and You. I don't think so. I do think about Derek a lot, but I don't know where to go with it. I put all my eggs in one basket when I finish a series. You know, Derek and Afterlife. It's so tempting, but I think I shouldn't. I should do a new thing. I could maybe I'll do a podcast of Derek and Kev just talking. Would that be interesting? 2 fictional characters talking on a podcast. That might work, won't it? If not, don't listen to it. Right. Mr. T, the taco. That is Mr. T, the taco, by the way. It's got a... I've noticed you like to sign and leave stuffed toys in great cities around the world. I do. How do you make sure that those toys are not being picked up and tortured by some sick weirdo? He's referring to Pickle torturing him. Look at the state of him. I don't know how he's lasted. She still loves him. She loves to torture him. He continues. P.S. Will you bring home a stuffed and Mexi-looking Wiener Schnitzel from Austria? I mean, I answer questions from pets, but now I'm answering questions from the toys of pets. Where will it end? Doris, tell me an unusual fact about yourself. Oh, God. I don't know. You know everything, don't you? After millions of questions, you know everything. An unusual fact. What, like I've got an extra or something? I haven't. I don't really do a lot with the 2 I've got, so I wouldn't want a 3rd one. I can't think of anything. A hidden talent, or I've put everything I've got into everything. I haven't got any hidden talents. I'm holding one back. Imagine me holding back. Oh, God. That's an interesting fact, isn't it? I haven't got any interesting facts about myself. I have a think. Lisa, if you could totally eradicate something, what would it be? Oh. What do you mean, like magically, or global warming? If I could just snap fingers and there was no global warming, so the world would... Although, would that be a good thing? You know, it's our fault. Maybe we deserve... Well, actually, no, we don't do it, because we won't suffer. The people who've caused global warming won't suffer, will it? It'll be future generations. They're annoying too, though. I can't imagine future generations being all lovely and they don't deserve it. So, I mean, could it be something like, maybe like animal cruelty? There was no animal cruelty? I mean, how would that work? But I assume it is a magical wish. I should say people, shouldn't I? Just, they're ruining it. They're ruining it for everyone, including us. You see, it'd be okay if we ended humanity, but everything else was all right. But we're taking it with us. We're destroying everything, aren't we? So it's a difficult one. Stupidity. Well, would that work? It was just like everyone was pretty smart. We'd find something up, wouldn't we? Because it's not all stupid people that cause the aggro, is it? It's sometimes clever people that use stupid people to cause the aggro. I'll say, specifics as well, because I could say end Yuling, just end things like that. All the terrible things that animals go through for no reason. I say, the destruction of the planet. Just stop all the shit. There's a wishy-washy answer, isn't it? Tricky that, isn't it? Glenn, if you were captured by aliens and they asked you, oh good, this doesn't end with a huge green finger going up my... Which is a plus. If you just imagine someone tuning in who've never tuned in before, they don't realise that it often gets round to me being by an alien. That's the name of my autobiography. You know that? By an alien. It's always like that, isn't it? Ricky Gervais. By an alien. It might work. If you were captured by aliens and they asked you one thing on Earth that they should be scared of, what would it be? Because I say spiders to really freak them out. So they're scared of them too. Or I'd go spiders and they go, oh, what can we do? I go, get rid of them. Not from the planet, but put them all in North Korea. So they're still there, right? What would I say? One thing they should be scared of. Oh. Would they just be nervous, or would they go, we can sort this out? Are they sort of super intelligent? Like they're going, tell us one thing you don't like, we'll sort it out. Or is it just to annoy them? I go something like, car horns. So every time the car, I say spiders, because then they're in the same boat as me. Then we're on an equal then, aren't we? Brenda, forever living in New York's biggest millionaire penthouse, or in a houseboat in Amsterdam. Oh, for me, I've got to choose to always, and never go out? Or do you mean, do I live in New York in a penthouse, or Amsterdam in a houseboat? Forever. They're both great. Oh. Could I live in Amsterdam in a penthouse? Could I just tweak that question? Amsterdam's amazing. I love it. New York's amazing, but I've more recently discovered Amsterdam. Europe's amazing. The world's amazing. Can the houseboat in Amsterdam be like the QE2? just wedged into one bit of the canal, and that's my place. That. People go past Oh, what the fuck's that? That's Ricky Gervais. He lives here now. It's his houseboat. It's a big houseboat. What are you, fucking boat-sized police? That's where he lives. Be like the Ark. Without all the stray cats and dogs. Come on. Sue, can you say any more about your animated pilot? Is it Flanimals? No, it isn't. Yeah, I thought I told you last time that I've got a couple of ideas, 3 ideas, I don't know which one to do. So I'm going to do a little pilot for each maybe and then decide. It's not Flanimals, but that's the first one I'm going to get together. A little animation idea. Can't tell you about it. Might never do it. But no, it's not Flanimals. And Andrea and Pono, what is your favourite joke ever? Oh, I know. I actually put this in my film Cemetery Junction. I love it. It sort of deconstructs sort of classical one-liners. There's a real juxtaposition in the subject matter and the punchline. It's great. Okay. You've heard it before, obviously. Why does Noddy wear a hat with a bell on it? Because he's a... AI will never come up with that gag. It will never come up with that gag. It will never get why that's funny. Well, maybe it will. We're in early days, aren't we? Just think about AI. At the moment, this is like, as I think I said last time, someone said this is like the amoeba stage. What is the Tyrannosaurus Rex of AI going to be like? Amazing. I've been playing with my little chatbot, and it won't do offensive things. It won't slag anyone off or say anything offensive. I have to really get round it. I have to trick it, and I've found a way of doing it. Now I'm getting it to do like really offensive sketches and scenarios. It's great. It's really funny. He doesn't know he's doing it either. Could never use it. I'd never use AI. I thought this would be good. Right, you can never fucking use it because that's the great thing about stories. They're human. Again, at the moment, one day, I'm sure one day, probably soon, it'll be exponential. Soon you won't be able to tell the difference. But at the moment, I'm just happy annoying it and making it. It's like the first days of like computers when you'd save a file and you'd call the file, and then every time do you want to open the file? Yeah, I do. Pathetic, that is. Grow up. Nikki, what is the best music concert you've ever been to? I think we had this before, and I didn't know because I've seen the greats. I've seen Bowie, Springsteen, right? Iggy Pop, right? Elton John, everyone, ever. But there's ones that mean to... I think Bowie would be... the concert is how much that artist means to you as well. So, I've seen Bowie a couple of times. Magical. Kate Bush at Hammersmith Apollo. Incredible. She hadn't toured for years and it was an amazing show. What else? One of my favourite ever, again, was James Taylor. I played this, first time I played Oslo. The next night in the venue that I played, James Taylor was on. So we stayed on the next day and went to this concert and had like a box. It was magical. There, those three. Bowie, Kate Bush, James Taylor. There's loads of others. Luna, the tabby cat. Oh, that reminds me. I'll dedicate this to lovely Luna, the bull terrier who died recently. Luna tabby cat. What is your favourite childhood memory? Easy. I've got two now, but they're the sort of same. Me playing with my first cat, Paddy. I used to run in from school just to play with him. I had him sort of like, I don't know, from 5 or 6. He lived about 14, 15. And then my dog Lucky, I think I had from about 10 maybe. I remember when we got it, a little fat belly like that. It was like a fucking, I don't know, like a little piglet. And I could dangle it over my little hand like that, a little Labrador. Just playing with those. Lucky and Paddy. I've got to go back to that interesting fact. Or unusual fact about me. Thanks to everyone who watched 7 Minutes, a little short film on BBC iPlayer. It's only available in the UK. But Daniel did tweet it. I've just stitched him up, haven't I? To the FBI. It's gone down a storm. It's only, a short little thing, but it's a little story, a little human story. It's been invited to go to quite a few festivals around the world. It was lovely that. I want to do another one. I like short stories. They're good. Little short movies, something to say. I know what to say, right? So, I don't know if I should say this. I've been talking to Spotify, okay? They want me to do something. I want to do something. It's mutual. We don't know what to do. And I want it to work. And I want it to be fun. And I want it to be easy. I don't want it to be my job. I don't want to have to do tons of research and write something like it's, a Radio 4 documentary. And I wondered if this would work on Spotify. Would it? Me just half a week just answering your stupid questions. I mean, they've got 500 million subscribers. I mean, I still sort of use you idiots to ask the questions. But ones like things like that, the alien thing, and my favourite joke. That would go down a storm. You just need thousands of them. But you won't run out of stupid questions, will you? What can I call it? Ricky Gervais is Spotified. Doesn't make any sense, does it? I should ask AI. I'll ask AI a question now, shall I? Right. What category shall I ask it in? Marketing. Right. Think of a witty name for Ricky Gervais Spotify show. Is that a good? Now, you've got to be careful what you ask. I'll tell you what it is, though. It is quick. Think of a witty name for a Ricky Gervais Spotify show. Right. Here you are. How I see it, according to Ricky Gervais. How I see it. Well, it's audio, you freak. You stupid fucking hardware. You fucking stupid programmed twat. Right. Think of a great name for a Ricky Gervais podcast about himself. Do you think will they get that? Great name for a Ricky Gervais podcast about himself. Because if you do questions, it'd just say that ask me anything. Right. Okay. Here are some potential name ideas for a Ricky Gervais podcast about himself. Gerontological Studies 2, Inside the Mind of Ricky Gervais. The Ricky Gervais Monologues. Life According to Ricky Gervais. Gervais Unleashed. Wake Up Gervais. The Ricky Gervais Files. Ricky Gervais, the Unauthorized Biography. The Wit and Wisdom of Ricky Gervais. The Ricky Gervais Show. The Pony Years? What does that mean? What does that mean? I follow mostly smart, funny people. Like, well, you, really. You lot. Think of that. Think of that. When I consider you the sort of smart bunch. Fucking hell. What are the others like? Anyway, it's goodbye from me. And it's goodbye from him. Cheers, everyone. Be nice to animals. Tatty bye. Tatty bye.